All right, end of year activities. These are my first resource here is the Math at Home on the Bridges site. This is the spring medley of tasks you could look through and see which one you think would be appropriate for the day if you're interested in using one of these. These bring up some good discussions amongst your class. Another set is from Unit 7 on measurement, fractions, and computation, just to give you some more to look at. If you're like, oh, I really want some more from a different unit, then you can select a set from another unit that you have already worked through. Okay, then I put on second resource, the grade 2 comprehensive growth assessment, but you would just use it for practice problems throughout the rest of the year. So you could put up a few problems that day, or we work on one problem that you like from one of the pages, or you hand out one of these pages. So there's lots of problems to look through. These are all of the grade 2 ideas in one worksheet or one assessment. But you wouldn't use it as an assessment. Like I said, you just use it as different practice problems or things you could do each day or focus on for the day. Then games for the end of the year. Like maybe you want to have an addition game that has multi-digit addition for them to work on. This is in the final unit 8, so you could go to this digital version, read through how to play, and then the PDFs of that game are right there if you're interested. Same for this one, roll and subtract to 1,000. That's working on multi-digit subtraction with your PDFs right there. If you're interested in bringing back money, 3 spins to win is a good one. With the PDFs, you do have the spinners yourself, but if you want to make copies of the spinner, they're there. Sums to 10, this is called, it's the famous Make 10 card game. Or you could change up that target each day. Like Mondays, our sums are going to be 10. Tuesday, we're doing 11. Wednesdays, we're doing 12. Whatever. But make the sum. This is going to be what they'll start by doing in 3rd grade too. And then PDFs right there of that game. Subtraction, if you want that, there's some subtraction bingo from Bridges. This one only has 2 game cards, just to make note of this. It only has 2 game cards here, so a kid either has board A or board B, and then when you pick a card, well, wild card would be like whatever you want it to be, so it could be the answer to 10 minus 7, which is 3. So I'd say, I want my wild card to be 3. So they'd put their game marker here, and then they'd record their problem over here. Or let's see, next card is 4, so I need to find one where the difference is 4. And there might be more than one problem that has a difference of 4. And some of these are nice to look at as differences, so this would be something to talk about with them. Like 14 minus 3, I'm going to just literally count back 3. Whereas 10 minus 7, I can just look at the difference between 10 and 7, and that's 3. Instead of counting back 7, because those numbers are closer together. Like those different subtraction strategies. If I go 14 minus 9, instead of counting back 9, how else could we do it? We could get back to 10. 14, if I go back to 10, that's 4, and go back 1 more to 9, that's 1 more. So put them together, that's a total of 5. The difference there is 5. So I'm looking at that one as a difference instead of removal. So the bingo cards just bring up the review of finding the difference versus removing. Then you have Target 700, which happens to be in Unit 8. All you need is 1 4 to 9 dice. And you would have this PDF here, and you're on 2 teams, or 2 people, or you versus the class. And you roll the dice, and you decide if you want that number to be the 1s, the 10s, or the 100s. So if I roll a 5, I'm trying to get as close as I can to 700. So where am I going to put that 5? Am I going to put it in the 1s, the 10s, or the 100s? So if I'm putting in the 10s, then I'm at 50 right there. And then I roll again, and I'm hoping I can get a number bigger than 5 to get put in my 100s place. And then I put them in order. your score, my score, and the number 700 from least to greatest, and circle the score that's closest to 700. So that's a good one. That could be like a daily thing, and then we could change the target to 400 or 500 or 715 instead of just on 100 number. And then there are some tech enhanced activities that are within Unit 8 that you can make use of that deal with place value. So you can peruse those, open it up, make your own copy. So this one's building a 3-digit number, things you've already done, but you could share this out in Google Classroom and they could write and interact with this slide deck. Okay, so those are some things for you to bring in the end of 2nd grade.